On the show, Marlo.
I'm honored. Thank you as well for having me.
So now that we have welcomed you here, and we want to congratulate you on your organization, FACE. It's just a beautiful thing when someone rallies their cause and turns it into more of a grassroots, community organization kind of thing. So I applaud you.
Yes, thank you so kindly.
Thank you. So my question is, the number one question, okay, why was this something for you to push and put into action?
Well, I'm so glad you asked me that. What is my why? My why is what I do is simply because, but by the grace of God, there go I. I know how it feels to be penniless, homeless, and broke. I know how it feels to not knowing where the next meal was going to come from. I know how it feels to be incarcerated. I know how it feels to be out in the streets with no place that I can call home. So what inspired me once I got incarcerated, because I went to sleep when I was 15, I didn't wake up till I was 30. That's a long nap. So during that time of my napping, I found out that I lost me. And it wasn't to being institutionalized and being incarcerated. It was institutionalized in my mind by the way I think. I became my own prisoner inside of my mind. So when I did get locked up and I was incarcerated and my freedom was in the hands of someone else, it made me decide that I needed to do something different. And as the time I spent in prison, that's when I began to change my mindset and come out. And that's when the organization FACE had came into fruition.
Okay, so I see that you have two other members of FACE.
Yes.
So my question is, what quality for the movement does each particular member of FACE bring to make it a collaborative effort and for the wholeness?
Yes, the willingness to want not only to talk different, but to make different. As we hear a lot, making a change or making a difference. And being able to not just be for the moment, but be for the movement. And as we've been for the movement and having people that has come from all different backgrounds, all different ethnicities, to be able to bring their gifts and talents to the table to make it a holistic approach to help those in need of our assistance.
Absolutely. Now, I know that you, there are some things that you particularly try to focus on to help returning citizens. Can you speak of the things that you offer services-wise?
Yes. Some of the services we provide is life skills, cognitive thinking. So if a man thinketh, so is he. We and I'm not being biased, but we more so cater to the men. And when I say cater, it's servants, because the men are even, it's sad but true, are in the lack thereof. They're even incarcerated, absent from the home, from the children's and in the mom's life, or somewhere, God forbid, is in prison or dead. So we geared towards strengthening the holistic approach of men to be able to not help them to come back into society, but to ease their way back into society through life skills, through helping them to get a GED, not to obtain a job, but to work on a trade. Something that, in getting a job, yes, you may get a job, but we want to help you maintain the job so that you can be a productive member of society. One of the things that we were blessed to assemble is you have Narcotics Anonymous, which is for NA. You have Alcoholics Anonymous, which is for OA. We said, what will make FACE distinguishedly different since our conception in 2002 of being in existence 16 years later? Still rolling, still in the trenches, still getting the job done. The difference that make us distinguishedly different from the rest is that we're able to be and assemble to start OA. Which is Offenders Anonymous. That's a trademark. FACE trademark. So therefore, Offenders Anonymous is specifically designed for returning citizens, help them to get a job, help them to find their way back to society, help them to connect back with their family, help them to build up a resume. Do you have a job? Do you have the entire, what's your eye-to-eye contact, your conversation? All these things are important because we don't want to set them up for failure, so we're helping ex-offenders not to become re-offenders.
Absolutely. Well, thank you. You have so many people behind, face that are just phenomenal thinkers and just people that are move outside of the box. That is an awesome, branding just to even come up with Offenders Anonymous. That's powerful.
Yes, thank you. To God be the glory.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Now, do you have a headquarters, office?
Yes,
okay.
We do. We have several transitional houses here within the Baltimore regional area. We're not just talking the work, we're action figures. We're doing the work. We have a website, which is www.facebaltimore.org. We have a house over near the Morgan State College area. We also have a house over near the Coppin State, over East and over
East and West.
So to try to target all the areas, and we're actually in the process of opening up some more property because we're just one entity trying to help a multitude of people. So we have spaces available, we have bid space, and we don't want money to be a problem because we have collaborations with other agencies that are reliable. Because we have numerous of programs, but we want to have reliable programs that will address the needs as individuals are coming out of incarceration.
Absolutely. I do know that you have a drive going on now for any donations that can help. And I guess we want to make sure that when we talk about the village, that we are the village and we make sure that we assist in this whole entire process. You don't want to feel like it's all on yourself or your organization. But I love the fact that you just said a holistic approach, and that's what's gonna help
absolutely.
us. So we can talk about that a little later, but anything that Restoring the Village can do to assist with the drive, we will be more than willing to do that to help out. Morgan, so you right in my district, but you're not far from me. So if there's anything, like I said, if I can do volunteer helping, bringing the resources there, helping to do resume, whatever, you definitely have our support there.
Thank you.
I love, and let me just say, just emphasize, I love your why. And again, anytime something personally has happened to you, just like our last guest, when his brother or my husband or yourself, like when anything personally happened, it's like you're going to make sure you nurture that. You're going to nurture it, you're going to protect it, you're going to protect the organization, you're going to protect the people because you've been there.
Yes, absolutely.
So I love the fact that like I said, just knowing that you're the face of
the face.
I don't even know if that even go, but I mean that's how I look at it, and that's a good thing, and that gives hope to people to know that hey, you were where I was.
And to be able to be in position to know that I've gone through it. I have the experience from inside and the experiences from outside. So I'm living proof that it works. So therefore, no one can tell me what God cannot do because He's done it through me. I am living proof. And what I want to be is transparent to let people know that we do change. X meaning no longer, offender means to have done wrong. So there, one way, form or another, we are X something. Doesn't mean you have to go to prison to be a X something or to have done wrong. So we stigmatize the words and we change words around to previously incarcerated people, returning citizens. We can change the words all day long, but are we changing the people? Are we really making a difference in our community? Are we showing up? Are we showing out? Are we coming to these meetings not just to meet to give out business cards, but what are we doing after the meeting?
Absolutely.
Am I on standby so when somebody come on, I'm just locked into a 9 to 5? This is 24 hours going. We built connections with the police department, parole and probation. We do have relationships with the mayor, city of Baltimore. So that way we want to tap every avenue. We don't strive to empower politics. We strive to empower the population that we serve. We know that there has to be they have to emerge together. But however, our loyalty lies towards the population because at this appointed time, the population needs us more so than the politics, but the politics need the population as well. So I'm glad to be that bridge in between, that I understand it from both levels. And it's not all just about passion, but it's about commitment and dedication. And loyalty.
Loyalty. Yes. Let me just say, dedication commitment. That is something that a lot of people kind of run away from. And I, just from me having Restoring the Village and trying to build partnerships, the word commitment is something that is very hard. And so I appreciate and I honor just the words that you just said, because I know it's passionate. And let me just say, I wasn't going to say it on the air, but I'm going to say it anyway. There are so many people that I've built community partnerships with. We do the work. We push, different people to one another. I've never met Marlo, in person. We always been interacting. I don't know the last year or so, but we've been interacting. We've been, supporting one another. We've been pushing different people, to one another. I want to just say, is I guess the feedback of it is the people, like you just said. The people is what's needed, and we want to make sure that we make a difference. And continue doing what you're doing. I'm honored to meet you in person. I'm honored to even continue to work with you, and that is something that you're doing that I know is passionate. And I'm hoping and praying that what you see me doing is passionate, but we have to make sure that we know the main focus and the common goal and vision is to see Baltimore be a better place. So thank you for connecting with the ex-offenders.
I'm honored. I'm honored, because even in just saying that prior to us coming on, you said, is this our first time meeting?
Yeah, I couldn't even remember.
Met before.
That's
because
what I said.
The connection of us meeting, it doesn't come with just meeting face to face.
No, that's powerful.
It's the meeting behind the scene. That's the true connection and the loyalty that I'm speaking about. That has nothing to do really with passion. It has something to do with the commitment, because I commend the work that you all are doing, because you are the village. We are, and again, I stated the lack of the men. Hello, we are the men. So somebody gotta stand up. We all can't walk with our pants sagging down. Somebody gotta pull them up. We all cannot go into prisons. I go into prison, but now today when I go into prisons, I'm going in there to empower and edify and lift other brothers up and encourage them, so once they come out, they be equipped and built to deal with society as well. So I commend you on the work we're doing, and it encourages and inspires me, because we talked about having this platform and the opportunity to be here and to speak on the behalf of, and again, thank you, because we made it happen.
Absolutely, that's commitment.
So I have a question or two about your intake process. I know you offer a plethora of services. We talked about the spirituality piece, the life training skills, Offenders Anonymous, and prison reentry. Is the process one where as though one would, is there an assessment where you choose between, because there's so many services that is offered here, you guys, like maybe 10, 15 services that I'm looking at, I'm reading. But is the process where as though, there's an assessment given and, the counselors or whatever decide which services is given, or the person, the previous offender comes in and say, well, this is the best fit for me, that's the best fit for me. How do you do the intake process for someone that's like, hey, I'm almost there. Tell me more.
Well, you basically answered all the above. But to sum it up is the willingness to want to change. Because in prison, the mouth can say anything. We can make our mouth say anything. But the connection to see if they're really sincere about doing what it is they want to do. So there is a relationship building prior to coming out of incarceration. I'm going inside the institutions and I'm meeting you face to face. While you are incarcerated, we're building a relationship. I'm talking to your parole aides and your counselors, the police department, or whoever relationship that know you from the inside, the correctional officers, and they're going to have some feedback of how this individual is or how he has been inside of it. Because if you this way in the inside, who knows what's going to transpire once you come out. But people do change. But I not only need to hear you, like Miss Angie said, I need to feel you. I need to know what you're saying is sincere and not just some rhetoric to say something that you think I want to hear. But again, mind you, I came from there, so I understand it. And sum it up also, there is an intake process and an intake packet that they do fill out. There's some questionnaires that I ask them during that process to see if this is a fit for them. I always tell them we are just one entity trying to help a multitude of people. Again, we cannot do it all, but we are a beacon of light, a shot of hope. If you are really sincere about helping yourself, we have the platform to be able to allow you to go through it. And in that, we don't want to make money an issue or things that you may not have, but let's focus on the things that you do have, and that's another opportunity of freedom. Let's start there.
Absolutely, that's powerful, because like I said, a lot of times a person just needs to just have hope.
Yes.
You know, when I go and engage with someone who's lost their husband or son or whomever, and I know that pain very well, you know, and I know when they're going through. I know that if I speak to them, they will be more accessible to engage with me versus someone who did not lose their husband or their son. So you are in a great position to bring hope to ex-offenders.
Absolutely.
And you know, again, just commending you.
Thank you.
When I went onto your website, Man on a Mission.
Yes.
Hey.
Yes.
Hey.
Yes.
So so I appreciate it. I know you're on a mission. I know the work that you're doing is sincere. So keep going, keep going. Just talking about mission, I always like to read people mission statements. So if you're okay, I like to read the
It's quite okay.
Okay.
It's quite okay.
So on the website, it has, let me just also say, in case anyone needs to know, we'll make sure we put it out again, but it is facebaltimore.org. Please make sure you go onto the website. If you do know individuals that need any of these services, please make sure you reach out. He has made it very accessible. He's been very transparent. Over East, over West, like no excuse. You know, we can make this work together. I do like reading, again, like I stated, mission statements. So on the website, it says, our mission, we are spiritually guided. That right there, that sold me. So I love that, you know, because I am very much, you'll hear me all the time just speaking about God. And anytime you have God in place of anything, there's nothing that's going to, you know, so I won't get
We're going to go into a praise break.
Look, I'm about to go into praise, guys. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Hold on. My book is coming. Look. Did she say it? Okay, let me go back. So we are spiritually guided. We are a spiritually guided nonprofit organization that believes in the God-given dignity and the status of every human being that seeks to be a resource and support for ex-offenders. So that can be anyone. That could be grandma. It could be auntie. That could be someone who don't want to be in the mix but just want to help. I want, and that's kind of gonna go into what I wanted to say at the end was the drive. What are some things that you're looking for to assist with your transition housing? You know, the toiletry. I think we had a whole list of things.
Yes.
I put a flyer out, but what are some things that you're looking for from the community to help out?
I don't want to limit.
I mean, no, not the limit, but just briefly a few things.
This, we are a 501c3 nonprofit tax deductible organization, so it is a tax write-off. Again, I recommend or encourage anyone as well to go to the website and they can find out exactly what we do. We've been in business since 2002 to the current time now. So toiletry items, monetary items, list goes on and on. And again, I don't limit. Help is help, you know, because all of it is appreciated and goes to the returning citizens, those that are in and those that are coming out. We provide welcome home packets, toiletries, soap, deodorant, toothpaste, you name it, clothes, food, canned goods. And like I said, the list goes on.
I was like, I just wanted to just put it out to see how anyone can ever, you know, be of assistance. Are you, and I don't know if this is the case or not, but are you looking for volunteers of any
all
nature?
the time.
Okay.
All the time. We go to different venues where we're asking to speak, and I try to make sure that I take a couple of the guys with me because again, it's not about me. I'm just a vessel that God is working through. You know, again, but by the grace of God, that God, any given second that I forget, I could be occupying one of those bed spaces in prison.
Yes.
So I'm very mindful of that. So I'm a giver. And long as God continue to give me the breath
That's why
and
we've
strength.
met before spiritually. 'Cause I'm a giver.
pushing. Yes, and again, and you mentioned it, Man on a Mission, and it also has my testimony on the website.
Yes.
I made it purposely that people go to see the struggle that it took to get here. Not how good it looks or the glamorous of it, but the transparency to be able to see how where I was, where I am now, and where God is taking me to. And those who believe, we're going together.
Absolutely.
We're going
Let
together.
me just say, the struggle. You know, sometimes I'm posting, I'm like, hey, I'm being honored here, I'm being this, I'm being that. And I do it because I'm amazed. I'm not doing it boastful. I'm amazed because you don't know my story. You don't know. I was starting to read some of them. I'm going to finish it because I do love to hear people testimonies. But I love the fact that just knowing things that happen that could have deterred you. It could have discouraged you. It could have made you just throw in the towel.
Yes.
But you didn't. And you said 2002. Let me just say, just because, I think he's going to work with me tonight. 2002 is when I received the call that my husband was stabbed in this district a few blocks away.
Oh, wow.
And so it was someone, I won't go in detail, but it was someone that could have used your services. Let's just say that. And so we want out again, just making sure that knowing that your services are needed, and there are some people that you're going to touch that because of you, their lives are going to be deteriorated. That they're going to be rerouted in a better direction. So kudos to you. And so 2002 there are certain things you will never forget, and that is a year that I will never forget.
I don't believe in luck.
Yeah,
I don't
right.
believe in luck.
So he died a year after. So 2003 is when my husband died from his injury, and he was a great man. So this year we will be honoring him. It will be 15 years from his death date. And so when I do certain things and I hear, people are wanting to even know my story. Like I just had someone today who wants me to write an article. And so when I love the opportunity because people need to know it is a struggle every day. To talk about the story, to talk to individuals that look like, act like, something that was that took something away from me. To stay in Baltimore City. So I even commended our first guest because he's choosing to do the right path. You're choosing to stay on the right path, and you're choosing to hit in the street. Like you can't be in no one building and think you're going to hit. You have to be engaged. Yeah. And I see you engaged. When you say you're going into the jails, that's the perfect place to get them. And then when they come out, you have built that relationship.
Yes.
So thank you. I had to put it out because certain things I was like, you see, I wrote 2002 on him. Welcome home package. That's
if I could elaborate on that even more so if it's okay.
Yes.
One of the things that I've learned, the struggle we go through in life isn't for us.
It's not for us.
Our testimony is for others. So that they can come out of the struggles that they're going through so that they can help others come out too. The other thing I heard you say was 2002, that your husband at the time could have utilized the services.
Well, the suspect.
The suspect. What I'm learning today is that it's not about what we say, it's about what we do. We never know, that same suspect might be watching this show right now.
Oh yeah.
That same suspect may have gotten strengthened and made amends from what he did to you and your family by seeing what you're going through, because trust and believe you are encouraging other people. If not, I would more so say that you encourage one, and that one is me. And saying that, never.
All right, y'all, don't forget. Okay, pass the tissue.
Never neglect yourself for what the work that you do, because you're doing a phenomenal job too, and you're the reason why I'm on this show. And I'm gonna say this because I'm
wait a minute. Let me just back up and say, when we spoke, well, I don't know, it was last year, year before, I don't know. When we spoke, you were like, I don't talk to a lot of people. I don't get close. I appreciate that because I hear a lot of people say, look, I don't deal with a lot of people. So
it's
just thank you. Yes.
If you're not walking with integrity, I don't need to come on your show to pump it it up for what? This, again, it's not about me getting glorified or getting the credit. It's about God getting the glory.
Absolutely.
If God ain't getting the glory, if God not in the midst, I don't want to be a part of it. And if, with all due respect, may I share a brief testimony, real brief, I promise. I was allowed to take the testimony and utilize it in a poem. And it's called Who Am I? I'm getting filled up. I just sit here.
Well, I love it.
Who am I to have ever thought that I couldn't make it? Running around the streets of Baltimore, Maryland, still feeling naked. With no job, with no hope, with no future, with no place to call home. Can't you hear the pain in my voice, Angie, from the streets that we've roamed? See, I can't go home to mom and dad because they're dead. Why, Lord, couldn't you have just taken me instead? I was the one strung out off of drugs. I was the one in and out of prison. I was the one that was too blind to see. That it was you who came and snatched me and gave me back my sanity. That it was you who came through when times were really hard. That it was you who came through when I was in the land of the Nord. So today when I open my eyes and I begin to think, Angie, how I thought I lost my parents because of a drink. So today I feel good because I know they up in heaven smiling down. So I don't have to walk around the streets of Baltimore with a frown. So as I go through today, I know, Angie, that it's better to give because somebody had to die in order for us to live.
I wasn't ready. I love it. And you're going to have me all over here.
Yes.
So I'll make sure I will play this over and over. Thank you. Like, really. Like,
God be the glory.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
You. You never know who got what you got in yourself.
Yes.
Okay, I got to, let me just say, because I feel the passion there, I know, and just hearing the stories, like I said, the struggle every day of even trying to continue to do the work. You have encouraged me, and thank you. Thank you to everybody who has been tuned in. How can people, and I think we already said it, but just because it's near the end of the show, how can people reach out to your organization to assist, to learn more, or anything? You just put a plug about your organization.
Please follow us on Face Freedom Advocates Celebrating Ex-Offenders is our information on Facebook. We do have a website again, which is Face Baltimore, all one word, facebaltimore.org. Our contact number is 410-522-FACE, the letters FACE, which the numbers are 3223. And I'll say this definitively. Please don't contact us if you're not serious about change. Seriously, because our time is essential and as important to us as I would hope that yours is to you. So please, if you're serious about change, contact us. We'll do what we can within reason to help each other grow so that we can have a better society here in Baltimore, Maryland.
Absolutely. Is there anything that you would like to say? Look, he just got me with the...
I just thank you for your time and thank you for, coming on the show and gracing us with your presence.
Thank you.
Wow.
And if I may ask,
anything you want to add?
Can you tell the listening audience what you said to me prior to us coming on air?
I said that you had a familiar spirit.
A familiar spirit. Yes.
Whew, okay. We getting spiritual. Let me just tell you, first of all, I don't even know, we won't even go into detail because it's got 2 more minutes, but I want to just say thank you because I called you last night.
My pleasure. Yes.
God knew that you needed to be, first of all, Stanley Branford was supposed to come the second half.
Wow.
And when God shifts, we got to make sure that we are obedient, and there was a reason that you came on. It was a reason that he put you on my heart to come on. And again, I just want to make sure that we stay encouraged. That's for anyone. Ex-offenders, we're all, like you just said, we all got an ex,
Yes.
Of anything. So we're going to make sure that we are encouraged. We are, ex-depressed, ex-everything. We're going to make sure that that's in the past and we're moving forward. So thank you all for tuning in. Again, make sure you continue to tune in Tuesdays at 6:15. We're going to continue to bring some great people onto the show. continue to support organizations such as FACE. If anyone would like to come on that's a candidate, make sure you come on and make sure you email us at rtvproject1@gmail.com. Also follow us on Facebook. On Facebook, Restoring the Village Project. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you next Tuesday.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, and God bless.